My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Shadows of Loathing. In the last episode, we were attempting to figure out the secrets of this here alchemical station. Now, it comes to mind that there are little formulae over here on the side, and it is formulae I did manage to ask in the last episode. There are formulae over here on the side that may be helpful. They don't really seem to match any of the symbols that I have access to here, though. I wonder if maybe I'm going to need to have a visual reference to the old versions of these symbols, or rather the last time I've seen these symbols, which is in the Hobo camp. First two hoppers are reasonably full, the third and fourth are empty. So the third and fourth are empty. There's no arsenic in there whatsoever. So let's try and make something with... Oh, right, of course. I can't even select arsenic at this point. Let's flush the bologna. I'm gonna review the equipment. According to the first, they correspond to mercury, lead, arsenic, and well, something else. Let's go see if we can find some mercury or lead. Well, sorry, some mercury or lead. Mercury or lead are the ones we have. Let's go see if we can find some arsenic. None of these out here appear to be arsenic. Basic potions. No, nothing seems to be coming up there either. Let's head back out to the rest of the facility and see what we can find. There's surely more. Let's head back to the Vector Wing. Out on the quad, you encounter two goblin cheerleaders who are cheering on a goblin wearing a baseball uniform, despite the fact that the baseballer doesn't seem to be doing anything cheer-worthy or even noteworthy.
Boo! Oh! Us! Ooh! Boo! Oh! 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 What's that smell?
They look at you expectantly. Baseball?
Yes, hooray! You got it right this time. Now let us smell another one. Good, yes. What is it to smell?
They look at you again. Spell? Oh boy. Flotchinauchinipilification.
Oh! That is a good one. Oh! Oh!
They continue. You wander off while they're distracted, and gain 10 experience for having done so. We're back in the Paradox Lab now. Maybe we should make our way into the central courtyard, actually. Have a little look around there first. You wander into the empty classrooms and find a blackboard covered with complex physics equations. I make them a little bit funnier with my Moxie. And get 7 experience for having done so. Ah, right, hang on. The courtyard is just considered the main opening there. Got it. Let's go into the main lobby, getting 14 meat along the way. Maybe it's time to check in with the library. Maybe that'll be able to help her. You see, talk to her?
Hello, dear. Are you new here?
Yeah. I'm Ryan.
My name's Janet. Please don't be alarmed by my visible mechanical insides. I'm in no pain.
Well, that's good. But isn't the immobility an issue?
Oh, I'm perfectly mobile. I have legs, and the robotronics tech department has provided me with some very nice telescoping arms. I'm just sitting down right now. Because the majority of students are on break, I don't have any books that need shelving.
Oh, okay then.
Anything I can help you with, dear?
Well, I'm looking for a certain book. Know anything about chemicals? Know anything about astronomy? Know anything about culinary science? Know anything about chemicals?
Mostly just the ones concerned with digestion. But I've been to visit the chemicals department before. Did you notice the bronze statue in the foyer? It's a life-size statue of Dr. Adams, founder of the department. Not just life-size, but incredibly life-like as well. Whoever sculpted it sure knew a thing or two about bronze.
Knew a thing or two about bronze. We're looking to make chrome polishing material? Maybe? That's relevant for us? Know anything about astronomy?
Don't Douglas does a bit of stargazing. You should probably ask him. He can see both sides of the sky at once. Can you imagine?
I think I'd get a headache if I tried to imagine that. I ask about something else.
Anything else I can help you with, dearie?
Know anything about culinary science?
Douglas does all our cooking. You should ask him about that. He's very good at it.
Does he get a lot of practice?
Oh yes, besides me and Ted, he's got 2 mouths to feed.
I see. This is a creature with 2 heads I'm starting to get. I'm looking for a certain book.
Would you say it's an important one and rare, or an easily replaceable one?
Oh, the former, definitely.
You'll want to ask Douglas about that then. He keeps track of all the books we actually care about.
Okay, thanks.
Anything else I can help you with, dearie?
No, not in particular at the moment, thank you muchly though. It's a directory of all the current and past SIT faculty. I'm gonna look someone up. I can't wait. Adams. You looked up Adams. Ambrose Adams, founder and chair of Chemicals from 1704 to 1723, disappeared in 1723 under mysterious statue-related circumstances. Okay, so he is now solid bronze. Got it. I'm gonna look at... Well, don't even know who else to look up at the moment. We'll have... Whoa, I looked up Jones apparently, and that was a name. You looked up Jones. Herbert Jones, professor of sideways biology from 1864 to 1882. Resigned after an internal investigation revealed there is no such academic discipline. Good reason to resign. Considering again, I don't know. I'm gonna leave now. Oh, anything to find hidden in amongst these? I could have sworn there would have been. Alas. An elderly gentleman greets you with a polite, inquiring smile. I talk to him.
Oh, hello again. Are you a student now?
I am, yeah. I got my student ID and everything, see?
Well, that looks to be in order. Very well then, my name is Douglas. What can I do for you?
Why does that man have an eyeball for a head?
He's quite a sight, isn't he? Please don't be alarmed.
I'm more confused, to be honest.
Ted and I, and our colleague Janet over there to my right, share a, shall we say, unusual past.
What happened?
We worked at a circus sideshow together. That was more than 30 years ago now.
You don't seem like sideshow material.
Perhaps not, but regard.
He stands up and turns to face the wall, but he's still looking right at you. His entire back is identical to his front. Boom, told you. With another face on the back of his head and all of his clothes tailored to match. What?
Please excuse me. I always do enjoy the reactions of new students.
He sits back down and a chorus of cracks and pops and his joints reverse into new as his joints in reverse. Sorry. He sits back down to a chorus of cracks and pops as his joints reverse into new positions. Holy jeez!
Oh, don't worry, it sounds much worse than it feels. A regimen of stretching exercises keeps me fit as a fiddle. Anyway, after the 3 of us escaped the circus, we headed east. The Institute took us in and out of scientific curiosity gave us work as librarians.
How'd you escape?
Oh, it's not really a story that bears recounting. Besides, the 3 of us prefer to look forward, not back. Even myself. Is there anything else we could help you on?
Yeah. I need help with one of my classes.
If it's a subject I'm familiar with, I'm more than happy to help.
Know anything about chemicals?
Not much more than the next fellow. Try asking Janet. She's the more scientific-minded of us.
Okay, thanks. I need help with one of my classes. Know anything about culinary science?
I do a fair amount of cooking. And rather well, if you'll excuse my saying so myself. But I've never used SID's classroom. I understand it's rather more extreme than usual. If you require protection from the elements, I would suggest that a fire, such as barrels and hobos used to warm themselves, might provide a reliable source of protection against the cold. And the furniture found in some of your more disorderly fraternities would certainly inure you to stench. Apart from that, I'm afraid you'll have to go on your own. There should be plenty of sources to be found.
Well, I mean, look, I've already done that part. So really, what I need is your help with astronomy. Know anything about astronomy?
I've been known to dabble. The telescope on the roof of SIT has a beautiful view.
But it only shows half the constellations.
Huh? Oh, of course, it seems that way because you have only one face.
What?
You've only been seeing the western hemisphere of the sky. You need to look at the southern hemisphere as well.
How do I do that?
Merely reposition the telescope to point southward. Down, in other words, down.
Down?
But of course, you've seen maps before, surely.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, I'm looking for a certain book, and this is gonna sound dumb.
I've been doing this job for years, and I assure you, whatever it is, I've heard dumber.
Well, I don't know the title of the book or what it's about. All I know is it's probably a hardcover and about so big. Probably an antique?
Well, something of that size and age would be in our stacks. Or the books out front, here, the ones that wouldn't be mourned if an undergrad doodles in the margins or uses a slice of bologna as a bookmark.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'm fine, thanks. Hey, tall, wiry man with a single giant eyeball as a head. Hello? Douglas calls over to you.
I'm afraid the stacks are off limits to undergraduates. Faculty and alumni only.
So I have to pass all my courses first?
Exactly. Once you have all 3 signatures on your course transcript, Ted will verify them and let you through. And I should warn you, not that I think you'd attempt to cheat or anything, but Ted is very good at spotting forgeries, and has a lot of pent-up anger and frustration.
Ted clenches and unclenches his fists while watching you carefully. Okay then. Anything hidden amongst these shelves? I'm certain of it. Come on, there's gotta be something somewhere. No, well, at least we got the information to turn the thing around, right? This guy is Junius Fitzgerald Technology. Let's look up technology. You looked up technology.
Junius Fitzgerald Technology, inventor of the museum 1630, patent expired in 1650, dean of students 1630 to 1669, retired.
Not as much information, honestly, as I was looking for. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna look up Poindexter. You ever be here? There's no entry for Poindexter. Madam President?
Nah, that's probably not her last name.
Fair enough. Let's make our way to rooftop, please. Through this topological lab. Yeah. I don't need to mark that as fake just yet. Come on. Is barbecue wing goes up? I cannot remember how to get upstairs. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, the van appears to be supplied by barbecue sauce instead of water.
I fill my sauce cup up. There we go. That is for the guy. You know the guy in the thing in the guy? The professor is snoring behind her desk in the midst of the most comprehensive food coma you've ever witnessed. You don't even see the plates anywhere. Steam tunnel access is apparently not locked. Neat. You would have thought the door would be locked, but it isn't. The sign above the hatch reads, Steam tunnel access, protective gear recommended, but not provided. It's a very old manhole cover. So old, it's practically an ape-hole. Barbecue wing maintenance access, I could talk to Athena about that. A harsh buzzing noise and a shower of sparks are her only reply. This terminal must be broken. I hotwire it immediately. Your nimble fingers bypass the broken circuits and trip the door lock. Let's go on through to the barbecue wing freezer room. A massive steam-powered freezer. It's probably full of jumbo shrimp and military intelligence, am I right? I open it. The freezer is empty, but you notice the ice maker is not securely attached. Since leaving without any loot is clearly not an option, you take it. You got an item, projectile ice maker. Ooh, baby! This is sick! Projectile ice maker. Ranged weapon. Deals your moxie +4 in cold damage. This will come in handy if you like someone enough that you want their drink to be nice and cold, but don't like them enough to get close. Immediately, that's going to become my main weapon. Someone has leaned a book against the front wall. I grab that book, Oh, it's a book of short adventure stories! The Short Stories of Long Winters. This is a book of short stories, each of which involves somebody freezing to death in the frigid West. Grants an upgradable skill, I choose not to be cold, which gives you hot armor. This book is a collection of short stories about men who defy all wisdom and warnings to go hiking, alone, in the sub-zero West. At the end of each story, the man dies. Maybe there's a lesson in that? I find it. In each story, the protagonist succumbs to sub-zero conditions and perishes. At the end, the narrator opines that, if it were them, they simply would not have gone somewhere that is cold. They would have gone somewhere warm, and thrived. I spend 30 experience and I get the perk, I choose not to be cold. Some people brave icy wastes and biting winds, and other people look at those people and say, could not be me. There's 100 of these stories, and they're all like this. I keep reading. A tragic tale of an explorer who starves to death because it's too cold to build a fire. The narrator concludes by saying that they would have gone somewhere the narrator concludes by saying they never would have gone exploring somewhere like that. I get 40 experience and the skill is upgraded. Unfortunately, I do not have the ability to continue doing that at this moment. Relatively thrilled to see the barbecue sauce though. Excuse me, there's two different ways. This door is painted shut from this side. There's a laundry room where I will close a weird shadow pocket with my shadow pliers. You place the jaws of the pliers around a little hole and wrench them closed, or ply them closed, I guess? Steam powered, this would drive your clothes way faster than boiling them. A trove of dangerous laundry chemicals, any arsenic in there? I don't know what they use for laundry. You using arsenic for industrial laundry? This is a steam powered washing machine. Doors painted shut from the inside yet again. The rat waves at you as you approach. I take a closer look. Hey there, little fella! The rat emits a few squeaks. What's shaking? The rat dashes into his hole and returns holding a tiny piece of cheese. He points at you, sweeps his arm broadly from left to right, and then points at the cheese. He stares at you for a few seconds, and then eats the crumb. You want me to bring you some cheese? The rat nods and scurries a quick little circle. Okay, I'll see what I can do. I have cheese loaf, I have cream cheese, and squirrel cheese. I'm gonna give him a cheese loaf first. Cheese loaf. He wrinkles his nose at the loaf, but in the end decides that it's worth keeping. He drags it into the hole and emerges with a ring, the Rush Ring. Whacked earlier in combat, this fraternity ring was originally bestowed on a pledge that ran the fastest in a humiliating nude race. Sorry, next one will be better. The rat squeaks as if to say, no problem. You give him the cream cheese. He graciously accepts the ball of cream cheese and carries it into his hole. He emerges with a ring, which only has a little bit of leftover cream cheese stuck in it. I get a castanet ring. The miniature castanets on this ring add a jaunty little bit of percussion whenever you shake your hands. Jazz hands also increases your muscle and mysticality by 3. Neat. Thanks, sorry about the mess. And I give him some squirrel cheese. The rat considers the squirrel cheese. He wrinkles his nose a bit, but eventually decides to keep it. He hauls it into the hole and emerges with a ring. A conductive ring. The famed avant-garde band leader Flaubert Guggens commissioned jewelry out of a conductor's battens so that he could operate several orchestras at once. Orchestra strike also increases your muscle, mysticality, and moxie by 1. That's also possible, I guess. Thanks, sorry about the whole squirrel thing. Okay, I don't have any more cheese, but I know where cheese goes now. Greenhouse access, door seems to be barred from the other side. Excuse me? Somebody has tapped into the steam pipe to power this radio. Didn't even know that technology was available. The sign has been scraped off of this door. Curious. I go inside, because I too am curious. Someone appears to be living down here? This device appears to be collecting steam for some reason. A case full of roaches. Ugh, why? I'm gonna go around and check out all your stuff before I talk to you. This machine looks dangerous. There's a weird set of mirrors mounted around here. Must be some kind of optics experiment. I check my own optics. Nope, don't need to do that. A scientific vessel of some kind, that could be important. If the label is to be believed, this is a crate of arcane hot plates. A big pile composed of 80% garbage and 20% miscellaneous electrical parts. I search for something useful and get a chunk of lead, 11-in-1 oil, and a piece of scrap paper. If I could get just a wee bit more moxie, we can increase our gains even further. Boom, one more moxie. I search for something useful and I find a pocket battery as well as a gold-plated cable. Rufus apparently discovered the cable after it was chewed on by a rat. I mean, both of those are pretty good items. I'm gonna see if I can get myself 2 more moxie here. If I filter for moxie maxing and wear my just slacks and my greasy paper hat, that's 10 moxie right there. I search for something useful. 12 moxie in order to get this next check done. You got an item, prototype electro helmet. It's a new hat at least. This hat is shockingly modern. +3 to magical weapon attacks and regenerate an extra AP per round. Neat, very powerful. Can I get my moxie much higher than this? So none of these will change my moxie at this point. I would have to consume. So filter, max the moxie. I'd have to use at least the pomade and cosmetic wine. Yep, I'm gonna do it. I get red stained lips, and I'll use the pomade. Oh, no, excuse me. Oh, that counted as a potion? These are all potions, literally all 3 of them. Oh, no. Oh, I have to go cook, don't I? Robot Battle Arena is said on that door. I have to go cook if I actually want to be able to do this. One of those newfangled metal detectors. That's super cool! I need that so I can go to get the, you know? I know I need a metal detector for some reason. It's in the lake. We can't just wander around to find the key that we're looking for the final part of the sandwich quest. We have to use a metal detector.
Hey Rufus, can I borrow your metal detector?
Sure, if you have good and specific reason for needing it.
I needed to find an old key so I can stop a little girl's house from burning down 230 odd years ago.
Alright, that's good enough for me. Knock yourself out.
You got an item, Rufus's metal detector. A portable metal detector you borrowed from Rufus. These won't be publicly commercially available for 3 more years, so please be careful with it. I will indeed. I can't use the potions that I intend to make here. There's no way I have enough yeah, absolutely no way I have enough experience in order to get myself any more moxie. I mean, I could change my boon to the moxie boon. That's one thing I could do. Wouldn't even be that difficult to enable. Let's have the conversation with Rufus first. A nervous-looking guy in his late 40s. He seems surprised to see you in his secret lab. I talked to him.
Hi there, I'm Rain.
Hi, I'm Rufus. How'd you find this place?
I was just kind of exploring around the steam tunnels, you know. Poking around.
Ah, yeah, that's a popular pastime around here. The kids call it hacking. I guess I should have anticipated that when I set up the secret lab.
Why do you have a secret lab? Was the department out of regular labs?
I'm not actually supposed to be here at all. I used to teach here, but they let me go.
Oh no, what happened? Did they fire you for using the forbidden math?
Not at all. SIT is the last place that'd fire you for that.
I was joking?
They fired me because I didn't make tenure. I was too busy trying to find out what happened to my missing sibling to publish any original research.
That hardly seems fair.
It's probably just as well. I don't think I was cut out for being a professor anyway. Department politics are maximally bogus, as the students would say.
So you set up this little lab to continue your search for your sibling?
Yeah, basically. Although it's now more a roundabout route towards it.
What are you working on now?
Well, look, this is gonna sound crazy, but
You know, we have a saying here at MIT. SIT, sorry, I don't know what MIT is. We have a saying here at SIT. Science that nobody understands is called magic, and science that one person understands is called mad science.
I see. So you're doing a little dabbling in the forbidden arts, huh?
Oh no, I checked the rulebook thoroughly, and nothing specifically forbids what I'm doing.
Of course. The Airbud clause. I get you. So what's the plan?
Well, I mean, I've just met you, and I hesitate to get someone else all mixed up in this.
Oh, I'm pretty mixed up already. In the last few days, I've had to deal with fairies, time holes, shadow monsters, gross fishmen.
What? You know about the fishmen? Well, that's perfect. I could definitely use your help.
I'm glad it wasn't the fairies you were more interested in.
I am curious, but some other time maybe. What I'm focused on now is predictive quantum telecommunications.
I'm gonna need you to explain that to me.
Well, there's this brand new field of physics called quantum mechanics. It's only a couple of years old, but some of the theories, if they pan out, could be staggering. But the specific part that I'm interested in is that quantum particles appear to be able to communicate over long distances instantaneously. And I think that this might be an example of an explanation of the magical concept of clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance? You mean as in psychic stuff? Tarot cards and crystal balls?
Crystal ball? Yes, exactly. I'm trying to make a crystal ball that'll show me where my sibling is, and maybe even let me communicate with them.
Alright, I'll be back with a Palantir. How can I help?
Okay, well, all the fishmen in this region come from a single source called the fish mother. She's sort of like a queen bee, you know? This one creature that laid all the fishmen eggs, which is a little weird actually, biologically speaking, because, you know, that indicates the dangerous lack of genetic diversity.
What?
See, honeybees avoid inbreeding through an extremely high rate of genetic recombination. But the fishmen don't have that advantage, so one would think inbreeding... What? Never mind, sorry. I got a little sidetracked there. The important thing is the fish mother is thought to have a sort of magic psychic link with all the fishmen.
Psychic... Gotcha. So what do you need?
Well, the legend says that the fish mothers occasionally make huge, beautiful pearls. How they make them is probably too gross to really think about, but my working theory is, if in the right kind of fish mother DNA is in it, I might be able to reconfigure it to make my own psychic link.
I haven't understood basically anything you've said, so that sounds reasonable. You need me to get one of those pearls?
Yeah, the fish mother's lair is down by the river, but the entrance is sort of an organic valve.
Ah, geez, it's a huge butthole, isn't it?
I was gonna say cloaca, but yes, it's a huge butthole that keeps anything out that isn't related to the fish mother.
So how do I get in?
You aren't gonna like it.
I already don't like it.
Well, I can make a sort of disguise scoop to cover you with.
Swell. How much am I getting paid for this?
I, don't actually have that much meat left after setting up this lab, but maybe the fish mother's lair had some treasure in it. I mean, definitely, the fish mother's lair definitely has a whole lot of great treasure in it.
Alright, fine, I guess. No, you know what? No. This is still a virtuous quest to help this person locate their sibling. Sure, I'll help. I'm thrilled. Sure, I'll help.
Great. In order to make any fishman disguise scope, I'm gonna need some fishman eggs. About 3 pounds of them, according to my calculations.
But if the eggs are in the fish mother's lair...
No, the regular fishmen carry them around to keep an eye on them. They have a bunch of little hideouts all over the SIT campus in Ocean City. Or rather, all under, I should say, because they're mostly in the sewers.
Well, this just keeps getting better and better.
Here, you'll need one of these to open up the manhole covers.
I was wondering about the opportune placements of each and every one of those manhole covers. Okay, wish me luck. I'm gonna ask Rufus about the Robo Battle Arena. What's this Robo Battle Arena all about?
That's my robot battle arena?
Why do you have a robot battle arena?
The fact that you even asked that question makes me think you don't think you'll... The fact that you even asked that question makes me think you never understand the answer.
How many robots are in there?
They're capable of self-assembly and replication, though it's hard to say. It's also critical that you never accidentally leave the door open.
Gotcha. I enter the robo fray. A junk-throwing robot. It has physical armor, it's immune to bleed and poisoning. Are you immune to cold? Because if you aren't, you're all screwed. Oh boy. I'm bleeding.
Okay, yeah, well,
Okay, it is immune to poison in a way that does actually matter. Fair enough. Let's use a orchestra strike. Excuse me. Oh, right. That physical armor. I forgot about that for a second there. Somehow. Hey, got him. You won! You successfully disassembled some of Rufus's self-assembling robots. Now get over it. Get 16 experience for it. We should definitely do a couple of battles here. I could certainly use a little bit more experience. I mean, look, there are, optimizations I could certainly make to my build at this point in time as well. Do I need to be making them right now? You know what? Probably, considering Gregovich is doing absolutely nothing. And isn't even capable of trying to do anything at this point. 15, we get an anarchist's hardware. Okay, quick change. Projectile ice make is fine. Let's get ourselves 3 physical armor, seems reasonable. Stylish sunglasses, don't really need to change that much at all, I don't think. Gregovich does need to change for Maurice the Mosquito. Yeah. Significantly less damage dealt to me, and we'll get at least a little bit of healing. Actually, it kind of looks like, yeah, no matter which familiar I have, it's not really going to be that helpful, unfortunately, it looks like. Doing only 1 damage. Can't do poison, can't do physical. Those are my 2 options really right now. Anarchist hardware and Robo Fuel, a potion that makes you act earlier in combat. This is a highly distilled petroleum derivative designed to power mechanical engines rather. But you would almost certainly drink it if I even tried to explain to you that you shouldn't. I'll definitely drink it. And you know what? I think here's where we're going to hold in between now and the next episode, where we are going to try and pop open those manhole covers and discover the fish mother. For the moment though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Shadows Over Loathing. Top left is the series playlist for all of my content in this game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendation is down below, streaming past and the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And a Republic thanked in. A special thanks this episode to Willow. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we see you all next time.